Hey guys, it's me Chan Dragon, and today I will do my updated Yelan guide and build for 4.0 for Fontaine. Basically it doesn't have so much changes, that's why I'll just make it very simple and very fast. I will not talk about the skill anymore. If you want to learn about the skill, you can go back to the old video, but this one I'll focus more to kind of artifact, weapon team, something like that. So let's get started. So before we go into main core, which is the weapon, artifact, and something like that, I give you the fundamental or the basic about your Yelan, so you kind of have understanding actually how to build Yelan by yourself though. So basically the most important in Yelan is that attack is basically not really necessary at all because it's only help to your normal attack. Even your charge attack for the breakthrough barb is basically from max HP. This one also max HP. This one also max HP. So you get it why attack is almost useless in Yelan though. That's why max HP is more important, and critical rate, critical damage also important. So you just prioritize like those three though for your build of your Yelan. First, let's talk about the weapon, and we will talk about the 5-star weapon. What is the best? Basically, it's very depends on what you want to do with your Yelan or what role you want for your Yelan. But considering most of us you have Yelan from Z0 to C2, and most of us even use Yelan as a sub DPS, meaning we use the burst and then we switch to another character as a main DPS, and we just trigger the reaction, let's say kinda in the bloom, hyper bloom, or even vaporize, something like that though. So it's more like all fielder though. So if that's the case, if most of us use Yelan as a sub DPS, then the best weapon is actually LIG for the end, not Aqua Simulacra. Why? Just because the effect is actually very good, also buff your entire party. See, all the nearby party member will obtain million power. That basically the buff is increase elemental mastery by 100 and attack by 20%. So it's basically buff your entire team compared just like buff to Yelan. This one everything at buff. So because of that, this is actually very good. You don't even have to care about energy recharge anymore, just because it gives you a lot of energy recharge. So even you at the Z0, it's already kinda you have a very less requirement for energy recharge. So it's just very comfy weapon, buff everyone. So because of that, it's very good weapon as a sub DPS though. But if you really don't have LG and you only have Aqua Simulacra, it's still a solid choice though, even though you want to use as a sub DPS, just because it gives you critical damage and is of course increase your HP and increase further your damage dealt. So it's still pretty much good though, even as a sub DPS, and it's actually even more offensive, but you have to take care about your energy recharge though. But it's actually become the best if you make your Yelan as a C6, then yeah, Aqua Simulacra become the best weapon for Yelan. So basically it's a weapon that good for main DPS Yelan though, Aqua Simulacra. So in the end, both of them still good, but if you want as a sub DPS, LG still preferably the best. Other than that, there's also another option, which is Polar Shard. Is pretty much still a solid weapon for Yelan because it gives you critical rate, increase your elemental skill, elemental burst. It's pretty much still okay for Yelan, although the attack weapon is pretty much useless for Yelan, but it's still I think okay. Other than that, the last option is Skyward Harp. Is also pretty good because increase critical rate and both also your critical damage, so it's pretty good for Yelan also. So in short, the best one is either LG or Aqua Simulacra. And now we talk about the 4-star section for the weapon. The best one for the 4-star weapon for Yelan, which is Fabulous Warbow. This is just a very good weapon for Yelan, just because it gives you a ton of energy recharge. Also, when you hit crit, you will get a lot more particle, so your energy recharge requirement for your Yelan become lesser. And also, it's still beneficial also for your couple of your team if you still need to kinda to say transfer your energy or leftover energy to your another team member that lack of energy. So this is pretty much still a very good weapon for Yelan, especially as a sub DPS Yelan. So Focus Bow is a first option, and second is that's still pretty good, which is Sacrificial Bow. The difference is that you need to do one more skill, so in order for you to get back your energy charge, because this one you only need to do once, right? You need this one, you need to do twice, but it has also pros, just because you can do like twice energy recharge, you can kind of grouping the enemy also more. So it has like kind of pros and cons, but this one have lesser energy recharge though. So compared to like more confidence, this one, but this one also still pretty decent substitute for your if you don't have Fafonius Warbow. And lastly, if you really don't have Fafonius Warbow or Sacrificial Bow, you can use the Fading Twilight. This is still okay. The give you energy charge, which Yelan also need, and also increase the damage dealt by Yelan. Also still pretty much good option, but this one is event, so I don't think everyone get this though. And talking about energy charge, how many Yelan need for energy charge? Because Yelan have around 70 energy cost, then usually those kind of number, the good spot of energy charge of a character like that, it's around 150 to 180. So Yelan also something like that, around 150 to 180. It's very depend also on your team though, but usually around those number is a good spot for the Yelan itself though. Now for the artifact sets, the best artifact set in general for Yelan, which is 4 piece of Emblem Zephyr Fate. Why? Just because 2 piece give you energy recharge more, so that means you need lesser energy recharge requirement for Yelan, and that's actually very good. It makes very comfy in your Yelan build. And 4 piece is also very good for Yelan just because increase your burst damage, and usually main gimmick for Yelan is what? Burst, right? So that means buffing your more elemental burst is basically very good, and also it's scaling from energy charge, so that's also very good. It's very good situation for Yelan. Very comfy build in general though. Other than that, Yelan actually can equip some of the artifact sets that turn out to become like competitive or quite comparable compared to like Emblem, which is you can do the two piece combination like this, which is it's either like Millelith or the Boruka's Glow and 2 piece of the Heart of Depth with the 2 piece or even like 2 piece of Nimrin. Both of them have the same effect, so you can choose either one of them though. So yeah, this one can become like competitive or comparable to Emblem, but take note, make sure you have enough energy recharge, because the main issue from this artifact set that you may not get enough energy recharge. And also you can equip this if you have like superior subset though, but because most of the case Emblem is way to go. So in my case, why I equip this? Because I have superior substat. You see a lot of roll in HP, also a lot roll in HP. So because of that, it's already excel compared to all my trash like Emblem roll though. And also I have enough energy recharge around 980. That's why I equip this 2 piece though. But most of the case, the most comfy set is Emblem, but this one also become a good comparable or quite like competitive artifact set that you can try though. There's one more alternative option for you if you have C6 Yelan, meaning that most of the case you use your Yelan as a main DPS, right? So yeah, 4 piece of Nim Streams also can for Yelan, although for like most of the case Emblem still better, but this one can be okay option if you don't have other sets, just in case, I don't know, maybe you farm these artifacts more, because 2 piece give you higher damage, 4 piece increase normal charge attack, punching, elemental skill burst, so it will increase the basically the offensive everything from your Yelan as a main DPS. That's why it works best as a C6 Yelan, although I know not so much people will use that. Other than that, if you still get a new player or still don't have any 5-star artifact set, then you can equip this Exile. Exile is pretty much good like a substitute or temporary artifact set for your Yelan, just because 2 piece give you energy charge by 20%. 4 piece, if you use burst, you regenerate energy again to all your party members, which is still pretty much a good comfy set for your Yelan though. So if you're still a new player, this is still pretty much a good set. And for artifact main set for Yelan, basically for the Sense, the best one of course is HP Sense. But if you really like have a godly, let's say, roll for energy charge, then you can equip for your energy charge Sense for your Yelan, especially if you equip Emblem Zephyr Fate. So if you have like very godly HP roll or critical rate damage roll, you can equip for energy charge. But in general, the best one is still HP percentage for the Sense. And for the Goblet in general, also the best one is hydro damage bonus. But if you really don't have anything else, like you don't have a like hydro damage bonus Goblet, then you can equip HP, because that's still pretty decent for Yelan, especially if you have pretty much a good roll. It can be a good substitute. And then for the shield clad, it's of course it truly depends what you need. If you need more crit rate, then need crit rate. Then if you need more crit damage, then go for crit damage. And for the subset for Yelan, basically also very straightforward. The prioritize is critical rate, critical damage, following by HP percentage and also energy recharge. But some occasion, if you already have enough energy charge, then you can go for Elemental Mastery. And for the constellation for Yelan, basically Yelan doesn't need any constellation at all. If you just follow with Favonius Warbow, with Emblem Zephyr Fate, most of the case you will have like no other problem. You will have 100% uptime, so it's pretty much already good though. But if you want to make even more comfy, then you can compromise more your energy charge. Then you can go for C1. It just make you can get more energy. That means yeah, it's become more comfy. And also if you want to become more offensive, meaning you want to increase Yelan damage in burst and more hydro application, then yeah, you can go for C2 though, because this one it will increase further Yelan kind of damage, and will provide more kind of application of hydro. So this is actually the best option. Is if you run, let's say, Hu Tao in double hydro, this one that will get the most advantage. So other than that, if you equip like Handa Hyper Bloom, it's just more damage though in general though. So it just depends. If you just want to be stronger, then you can go though. C3 is also become stronger, but it's less significant. So I already recommend just stop at the C2 if you want the stop point for your early Constellation. C3 is just a fancy stuff. You don't need this. Other than that, this is C4 is actually pretty good if you want to make your HP based team, let's say kinda Hu Tao, because it increase your party member. And I believe also Fontaine lately they have HP scaling. So if you really want to invest maybe kinda in Fontaine future, that maybe if they keep revolving around max HP, then this is also will be advantage. So I'm not really sure if you want that, but again it's very expensive, so I don't recommend. This one just increase skill level, and this one is just basically make your Yelan to become like main DPS Yelan and can become like solo even in Abyss. So if you really just want a very power creep like a solo character, like then you can pull for this C6 Yelan. But other than that, yeah, it's just a fancy constellation for Yelan though. But overall, Yelan is one of the characters that have a very good constellation. So most of the case, if you decide to pull everything, you will not feel kinda wasted. All of them will become useful in the end. And for the team comp for Yelan, actually I don't even need to make team comp for Yelan because Yelan is so flexible. You can just put with every single team though. But I just say like put in here some couple of the like famous like and what is favorite like team that I like to put with Yelan. So this is in the end like only my personal choice and what is usually popular in Genshin Impact community. And the first one that usually people will equip, which is the double hydro Hu Tao. So we'll have Hu Tao in here, Zhongli in here, and then yeah, of course double hydro Yelan Xingqiu. This is actually very strong team in general though. So if you really want to play this one and have high double hydro, you can play like this. And then other than that, Hyper Bloom, you can always utilize Yelan in here besides Xingqiu, but you can always substitute with Xingqiu, but Yelan can become a very good option in here. So Alhaitham can always change with Nahida or other like Dendro option if you like, and then Dendro Traveler can always change with Nahida if you want, and then Kuki Shinobu as always to trigger your heart problem. Other than that, you can go with, okay, so that's the same, the Raiden national team also. So we have like Raiden, like Xiangling, and also like Yelan. Yelan always can be changed with Xingqiu and then Bennett though. Other like national variation, basically that needs Xingqiu, Yelan can become the substitute in here. Other than that, you can also try in Taser team, but using Yelan instead. So Sucrose, Beidou, Yelan, like Sucro common, like variation, something like that. And lastly, like my personal favorite but expensive is Yae Miko in Hyper Bloom, although this is only personal taste. Which is Yae Miko. You can always change with Visual if you like, but I just like Yae because you can make it as a driver. Yelan in here, and Nahida and Kokomi in here. So this is basically premium, but I just like because my personality. So pretty much that's it though for Yelan guide. And yeah, if you like this kind of video, feel free to hit the subscribe button and like, and I will see you next time and enjoy this parallel piece. Bye bye.